verge of losing.
Yeah, hopefully you can bring it back, but at the same time they're all really tired. JTDC, by the way, says again with $5. Actually, I make $16 an hour as a technician for the UAW plant, but I'm single, so I have money I can spend on people that I enjoy.
Ha!
Do you hear that, ladies? That's the only thing that matters from what I read in that donation message. He's single and he has money. His name is JTDC in chat. Have at him.
Well, but the point is that he's single. That's why he has money. So
right. So right now he has money. So
just
get on that.
All up.
Yeah, before he spends it all, or before some other cool cat jumps his bones. Get in there, ladies. Cash in.
To have money is to be single. Why am I not rolling the riches? I mean, what? Steve? What? Who?
Did you break up with Steve and just not tell me? Like, what the... Was it on Valentine's Day? You're heartless! Why would you do that? I bet you did it through text, too.
Of course I had to. How am I going to call him? That's minutes, Rifkin.
I don't have Ting. I don't have that kind of time. Hey, speaking of Ting, guys, U.S. mobile phone service. Do you need to call your loved one to break up with them? Or would you rather just send text? Either way, Ting's got your back.
So, yeah.
No, but did you actually break up with
totally
Steve?
happened. Yeah, I just figured long distance wasn't working.
I don't believe you. You sound like you're joking when you say this.
As much as I really wanted to marry him to get Korean citizenship. No, just kidding.
You're like laughing as you say, like, yeah, I totally broke his heart. So either you're a monster or you're lying.
It's like I haven't seen him in so long. It's almost like he isn't real. You know?
I feel like to say you broke up with Steve is a lie.
He was my one chance to live in Korea.
He wouldn't green card marry me, so I dropped him like a bad habit.
Maybe.
Well, if you actually did, I'm sorry to hear that. If you didn't, you're a jerk for making everyone else toying with their feelings.
Everyone, like, the fans of me and Steve.
Yeah, well, I heard there's a fan fiction being written.
I thought his name was Stevie. I thought you nicknamed him Stevie.
Oh, that's a girl's nickname. We've been over this.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
All right. So, needing a bit of a pause, I guess Welmer or I'm done.
Welma.
I'm done. It's like, oh my god, I could not. If this was Relmer versus Welmu, I would not be able to cast that match. That would be worse than Huck and Puck for me.
Relmu. That would be pretty bad.
Relmu and Welmer.
Welma. Okay, we're good. We can finish this.
I know, it's the last cast. We're almost there. It's not that late, but it is like, it's been a long day.
We've had 2 casts, okay? And
well, I have to budget another like 3 hours into my day to read all these Reddit threads.
I mean, do you have to?
I guess I don't technically have to, but I can't wait because I'm gonna call it right now, right? Like, I legitimately haven't actually opened anything yet.
It, so I'll tell you.
Like, okay, I was gonna say
if close or hot,
Okay, if I'm close or hot, I guarantee you, everything that I read is gonna be blamed on Rifkin, not the admin, which Rifkin is supporting, or you, my co-caster, like, or anything like that. I bet you it's not even gonna be Base Trade TV. I bet you when I go to those threads, it'll be like, Rifkin is the bad guy. Period.
It's like lukewarm, I would say.
Lukewarm, yeah. That's Reddit in a nutshell, man. Like, everyone on Reddit hates me in the first place. Yep. We did get that one really awesome thread the other day, though. So that kind of makes up for all the shitty ones after a while.
I don't know. We've advanced too. This morning we had the almost drama.
That guy, I never talked about the resolution for that. That guy actually messaged me and apologized and said, like, I hope I can learn to contribute to, like, the community better. And I was like, wow, I'm, like, suddenly no longer mad with this guy, like, at all.
Don't you love when that happens? When, like, some guy's being, like, kind of a douchebag and you're just like, hey, what's wrong? And they're like, you know what? I'm just really sad right now. Can you be my friend? And you're just like, okay, well, this actually got a
That's what I
weird,
literally did, though. When it's like, sure. Everyone make sure you give him hearts in chat. Like, he's clearly having a bad day. Like,
it's true. That's what you did.
But anyways, I don't know. I unbanned him like right away when he messaged me back. Like it's nice to see shit like that. Like, anyways, Oracle coming across the map.
Gold.
That's not what happened at all. It's more like just shit stopped stinking. Like, it dried up. At any rate, the Oracle comes across the map, and it can and will kill this queen, but there's not a lot of drones to kill afterwards. Normally, you kill the queen, and you're like, yes, it was worth it because I killed 8 workers. This might kill some workers, however. Oh my. The Roach is already ready to defend. If the Adepts is shaded to the main instead of shaded into the natural, this may have gone differently. It's kind of like watching blink in instead of blink out.
Yeah. The Adepts really did quite a lot of work last game, so hoping to get the same deal, I guess, this game is not working out quite as well. He's only killed 2 workers. 3 Ask, he's starting to get up there, but for what he got last game with this, not
right, not nearly as good. Yeah. You should never be a spokesperson for anything love related ever. I guess for context, in case anyone's just watching the VOD, Zombie Group's like, with Ting, crushing a man's heart has never been easier.
I just quoted someone else. My fault if I do that, right?
Okay, yeah, because then you referenced the original source. And
babies are ugly, said Abraham Lincoln.
Probably. You have to add that comma probably to the end of the quote. Like, I hate giraffes, said Abraham Lincoln. Probably. So this rock wall being torn down does present a bit of a problem. It will have to create another wall in which Relmer will have to hide behind if it goes down. But the Void Ray is going to make sure that doesn't happen too easily, not yet at least.
This is kind of, it feels very similar to Dusk Towers, you know? Like we had the Adept, and then, you know, you had to be a little careful, because what if they attacked you in return? And the Void Ray this time didn't just straight up die, and Reynor didn't really commit as much as he did on Dusk Towers, but that's PvZ for a while now. We have double Robo, makes sense.
Yeah, lots of Immortals seem to just, you know, forget what you want to talk about for the meta of the game, just like common practice right now, regardless of whether it's good or bad, is everybody going heavy Immortals. We've seen a lot of instances where it makes Lurkers look like candy, and we've seen a lot of instances where Mutalists kill everything. So it's not necessarily a good versus a bad thing. It is good to have production, though. There's no question about that. So I like double Robos. The question of whether double Immortals being overproduced or not, that's going to be what's to be determined.
So, okay, the Spire comes down quicker. I guess that's a little interesting. Reynor did take a long time to get up to Hive and Broodlords, and I was really hesitant to call it, like, a mistake, because Relmer was doing a decent job, like, kind of looking threatening, like pushing on a creep a little bit, or simply pushing out, but after a certain point, it's almost like you do have to recognize that I guess you're going to have to get to that next step as both parties. You know, the next step for Zerg is going to be Broodlords, the next step for Protoss is going to be those Tempests. Romer just got to every single stage much faster, and that really set him up nicely, as well as just having like a bigger bank was you know, really the kicker. But here we go again, pushing forward, maybe just clear up creep.
I gotta sell out for a second this time. We go Bacon Lover. With a name like that, how can you not support this? So Base Straight TV, can you go over the G2A thing soon? I'm about to buy from them and I want to support you guys. So maybe this is bait, maybe it's not, but bacon's delicious, so I'm gonna go for it. Real quick, if you buy from G2A, make a new account. If you've ever bought from G2A before in the past and used someone else's referral code, you're like forever on their team, quote unquote. So we've recently learned this. If you make a new account, though, you can be on the Base Straight TV team, and that's how you support us through buying games, which is always awesome. But Relmer recalling once again. The reason I like this move, and I got really excited about it last time we saw it, is this really reminds me a lot of the way Terran plays a bit. You know, you drop in a medevac, but you don't commit all your units. And in fact, you often pull a lot away to come back for another fight later. Same thing kind of goes with the recall. You kill a lot, but instead of trading it with Protoss, where there was no fallback in the past, by recalling, you keep a considerable amount of the important units alive. This allows you to bring more units across the map in riskier situations, but bring them back home safely afterwards, and have a bigger force to snowball with later. I really like seeing him use these recalls, because I feel like we're watching every ZVP right now, and at this point of the game, that Mothership Core is just on patrol in the main or around the natural, waiting for photon overcharges, and that's the only thing it's used for. I like the use of the recall because it allows him to be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, I agree on all points. We do see just a lot of the Mothership Core being forgotten about as the game goes on. Just recall, I guess, kind of got lost, but Realm are bringing it back. Now, you have, obviously the big difference here is that Reynor didn't just get Aspire because he wanted to get Broodlords. Like, he also didn't get Invitation Pit.
Oh, the
He
denial.
went Spire to get Mutas. He also upgraded his Lings, so it is going to be about that Muta game. And luckily, Relmer kind of identified this. I think double Stargates, as said, like he got there so quickly just for the Broodlords in the last game. He was already kind of planning on it, but now he's going to get it for those Phoenixes. And these Mutas are not snowballing really quickly. They're not killing the Stargates,
Mm.
so it looks like Romer is pretty well set up to handle everything, but it's still very difficult to handle both sides of the fights, all three sides of the fights. Like actually getting a fourth base against this is difficult. He's trying though.
Well, Link's giving for this round on that third. Stalker's just kind of blinking around trying to dodge the corrosive biles. It's very important that the Stalkers live through this, though, because that's the reliable anti-air. Even with 3 Phoenixes at a time, that's not guaranteed to deal with the mutas as the production picks up. But the worst part about this, of course, is losing that fourth base down here.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those situations again though that hey, if I hadn't lost my army, maybe I just replant the fourth base. But losing both, and Relmer's probably just gonna straight up lose. um, very quickly, within about 20 seconds, that went from, okay, he has like a decent shot here to hold on to, well, that's game.
Yeah, and that is, in fact, going to be game. So congratulations to Reynor. He'll take the second game, tying up the series 1-1. And this actually might